Kings. Alvin Gentry joining us here. Hey, Coach, Jason Ross here. How are you?
All right, Jason, how you getting along?
I'm doing good. I'm hanging in there for sure. How about you? I was thinking about last night. We were talking about earlier in the show. I know that last night you go in undermanned. You want your team to compete. You got that part. You got a lot of the things you need. You just had to deal with that guy, the Joker. Man, how talented of a – I mean, how do you even deal with a guy like that?
I tell you, it's disheartening because we threw the kitchen sink at him. We tried everything, and he's got an answer for it all. I mean, he really is. He's not only is he a really talented player, he's probably as smart as any player in the league also. So that's what makes him so tough, I think.
Yeah, that's the thing. Watching him at the game last night, I'm thinking, you're right. You guys doubled on the dribble, doubled on the catch, single coverage, triple coverage. It almost feels like he's a play ahead. That's the thing. Like he's not fast, but his reactions are quick and his decisions are. I mean, he always finds the right guy. I don't know how you do it or how anybody does it.
Well, he plays. I mean, his mindset and his basketball IQ is like a point guard in a 7-footer's body. So that's really not a good combination for the opponents.
Yeah, for sure. Now, on the good side of things last night, Coach, we know defense has been a problem for this team this season, but last season, seasons before when you were an opponent, this team has had trouble stopping guys. But I thought the third quarter, as active as I've seen, deflections, turnovers, creating havoc. What has kept this team, I know you're always searching for that consistency, but what has kept this team from playing that kind of defense this season?
Yeah, I just think it's the thing that you said, the consistency part of it, because we've shown that we can do it. We held that team to 17 points in the third quarter, and that's the quarter where we've struggled the most this season. So, it's there, and it's really kind of hard because we did add six new players to the team, and no training camp, very little practice. But I think you can see that it is there, and just the consistency part is what we're missing.
Yeah, as we're talking with Alvin Gentry, head coach of the Kings. I know, as you said, practice times are limited. Did you guys get a chance to work out and practice today?
Well, we practiced just a little bit, but it was, very, very little because, we all have to have a practice tomorrow, get on a plane, fly, and play Utah. And then, if you look ahead at the schedule, we got a really, really tough week coming up here,
Yeah, for sure. A bunch of teams above 500 really challenges you guys. You had to look at Denver here now 3 times, and one of the best parts of the matchup has been Jokic versus Sabonis. I've loved to see those two play. Sabonis has bully-balled him a couple times. You find out yesterday you don't have him, so really your first look without a guy you run a lot of things through was yesterday just kind of a, hey, let's go compete, do the best we can without one of our key guys?
Well, yeah, I think you can look at it that way. I mean, we knew that we would have to play a little bit differently because we have run so much by him. But, I just think De'Aaron Fox has had such a great year already, and he's done everything he possibly could to kind of put us in winning situations. We just struggle to get over the hump,
Yeah, and what is it about Fox now? I know the ball's in his hands more, and I think he's really thrived there, but he's getting to his spots. He's always been quick, but he's getting there more decisively. What is Fox doing differently now than maybe the first month or two?
I think you hit the nail on the head when you said he's just been decisive in getting to that spot that he wants to get to, and his mid-range game is second to none right now in this league. He can get to that spot and pull up and shoot it. And I think just having Sabonis here, somebody else that can be a facilitator has helped him a lot also.
Were you personally surprised? You haven't had Sabonis that long, but you've known him. You've seen the league. You coached here for a long time and seen different players. His frustration meter, I had never seen it pegged like that for him to get tossed and get the suspension, unfortunately. But I hadn't seen that. Did that surprise you the other night?
It did surprise me a little bit, but I was pleasantly surprised, really. It was good to see that kind of fire in him, and I think like that. And I think it was also, frustration, of us just playing hard and then, not being able to get over the hump and then having some quarters where, things just didn't go well for us. And I think it was just a frustrating thing, but, I like I said, it didn't bother me, the fact that he showed that kind of emotion.
Yeah, Coach Alvin Gentry with us. Coach, one of the things with him in the 10 games or so he's been here, we see all his gifts. One thing, he's been in a little bit of foul situation some games. I don't know if it's him playing the 5 more, maybe not. I don't know. What do you see as to some of the issues with some of his foul situations?
Well, I think one of the things is that he's got to stay away from the ticky-tack fouls. I think if he can stay away from the ticky-tack fouls, I think he'll be okay because, usually he's guarding, a Sabonis or an Embiid or, these guys right here that's going to put a lot of pressure on you. So you got to preserve those fouls as much as you possibly can.
In a day and age, you've lived through this league in different cycles of how the league and how the games are played. Center-dominated league, center and power forward to wings to point guards. Now we have probably the 2 leading candidates are Jokic and Embiid, and maybe someday it's going to be Sabonis. Has it transitioned a little bit where the value of the big man is back kind of making its presence felt?
I do think it's changed quite a bit, but I think the big guys have changed it in that it's not your typical post-up situation. You've got big guys, Embiid and, Joker and, these guys that can step out on the floor. I think of Karl Anthony Towns that can step out on the floor and actually shoot 3-pointers. So they put a lot of pressure on big guys as far as being able to defend the 3-point line now. So you've got to be a pretty athletic, pretty versatile big guy. And when you do have those qualities, it puts a lot of pressure on the defense as to how they can guard you.
Yeah. And I know right now one of the things after the trade that's certainly looks like it's missing, and maybe the stats show it as well, is you don't have as much consistent shooting. You don't have him available. A guy I think would fit right now really nicely with the way Fox is playing and Sabonis is Terence Davis. It's unfortunate. But how would you envision TD kind of with your group right now?
Oh, I think that he could be the missing piece. I think, not only is he a big-time competitor, but he can shoot the ball, and we have seen him, make 6, 7 threes in a game. So, and our shooting is not really where it should be right now, and we've struggled a little bit from the 3-point line. I think we've created good shots. We just got to knock them down.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if is it as simple as that, make or miss league? How do you fix it? Because it does look like you have open looks.
Yeah, no, I think it's definitely a make or miss league, and I think what we've done is that we've created enough of those good looks from 3 that, we've got to shoot it better than we're shooting it right now.
Coach, you get Utah Saturday. Challenges of the Jazz. They've been, I don't want to say up and down because they're well above 500, but at times really thriving. Other times little pockets of the season have gotten to them. What do you think about the Jazz matchup?
Well, they've been a team that we've struggled with. We've just got to make sure you're not turning the ball over against them is the big thing. And then you've got to be able to deal with you've got Donovan Mitchell out there who is, in my opinion, one of the more underrated guys in this league. And then the shooting of Bogdanovich and just the other guys, they like you said, they've been a little bit up and down, but when they're good, they're really, really good.
Coach, want to ask you, I know when you went back to New Orleans, it was Mardi Gras time, kind of a wild time, but they showed you a lot of love after your time there. But a lot of talk about them right now is Zion, a guy you coached in his rookie year there. He's hoping to come back. So much talent. What do you think about where he is and the kind of the struggles with health? What can Zion still turn into?
Well, I think he can be one of the premier players in this league. Let's not forget that last year he averaged 27 points in 30 minutes of playing. I think he's an elite player. I think if he gets himself healthy, he is one of the best players in this league. And if you add him to that team, which all of a sudden is playing really good basketball, they could become a factor in the playoffs. Yes.
Yeah, and I know that's the best time of year. We know the Kings are still trying to make their push. It's going to be difficult. Best of luck, Coach, going forward. We got the Jazz. You got the Jazz on Saturday and some home games after that with tough teams. Thanks so much for joining us each and every week here, Coach.
I appreciate you, Jason.
All right, thank you. That's the head coach of the Kings, Alvin Gentry, joining us there. And yeah, I mean, it's a tough time. It's a tough time for him. He's been in that